is.
Okay.
Wow, goodness. How have you been?
I've been okay. Let me lift it up a bit. I
Yes.
can't complain. I've been okay. Just getting it all together.
Okay. Well, it's I mean, being out in LA, the fire, was that an issue for you at as well at all?
I wasn't, thank God. Oh, let me turn you up. I can't even hear you.
Okay.
Okay, wait. I just turned you down. Sorry. All right.
Yeah.
Oh no, it won't go, it won't stay up. That's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna bring it closer then.
I do wonder, it's still, it looks as if it's on portrait. Do you know how to get it on landscape? It seems as if it's locked on.
I'm sorry, I'm not good at these things.
It is fine.
Is it better?
Yeah, yeah, it was fine. I just thought you wanted to, if when it's sideways, it sort of shows you more. But if it's fine as it is, yeah, don't want
I
to.
can't hear you. I'm so sorry, but I'm just trying to be closer so I can hear
Okay,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was saying the fire situation in LA, were you affected at all?
Well, I did have to evacuate,
Wow,
but thank God nothing was burned. Everything, I came back and everything was just as it is.
wow. It must have been, was it scary or how was that?
It was very scary because, you never knew they were popping up all over the place. So, my apologies. So, yes, it was very scary because I stepped out for a minute and my children were at my house. And when I stepped out for a minute, my son's called me and he's like, "Mom, you gotta hurry up and get back." So as I don't know if for those who live in LA, when I'm coming up Laurel Canyon to come to my house because I live in the Studio City, I could literally see the fires, and that
Wow,
just took me out. I was like, "Whoa, what?" And so I'm punching it, trying to get there, praying all the way. But that was the closest that I came to the fires and just smelling it in the atmosphere as it's happening was
wow.
just like really way out.
My goodness, how long did you have to leave your house for then?
Just tonight, overnight, they
Okay.
gave us a clearance the next day.
Wow, goodness. How has the city been since? Is it settled back or is it still on high alert? Or, I mean,
Um, I mean, everything is back to normal, to be really honest with you. I mean, I'll go in certain spaces and spots and you'll see the damage that the fires created. A lot of businesses aren't there anymore. Uh, but thankfully, my area wasn't that badly affected.
yeah.
But like I said, if I go other places, definitely you can see the what happened.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, as I said, it dominated the news cycle for such a long time, and it feels as if no one even remembers it now. So that's the strange thing about
Oh no,
these
no, I
events.
remember.
Now, how has your music career been since we last spoke? I mean, what's been? I did listen to a couple of new tracks that you had out, but I was just wondering, you know, how things have been since you first your last EP that you put out.
Everything's been good. I've just been dropping music, focusing on my new project. Focusing, I'm going to be at Sunrose Room in Hollywood at on the 22nd of this month. So putting that show together. Um, just doing, staying busy, trying to stay relevant. um, yeah, just dropping new music. That's been my focus is to get the new music out there, to you know work on my new project. I've got a few other things that are brewing, entertainment wise, but not necessarily singing because I also am
Okay.
an actress.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm working on a few things. Yes.
What? So if we go to the music and then we'll look at the other things. How did you? Because last year was when you first sort of a really nice little compact EP and stuff. How did you feel that went? Just the reception of of that project before you decided, okay, it's time to do some new stuff?
Well, I was really happy at the reception. I didn't know that so many people would listen and tune in. I was just so, thankful and happy about the response that I was getting because like I get in some rooms and people don't even really know I exist. So I was just so like,
Oh, what do you mean
oh
people don't
my
know
God, you know
you
I
exist?
exist.
What do you mean is people?
you know so it was a beautiful experience. I really enjoyed it, and the thing about me is that once I do something and I feel like I was successful at it, I it gives me like, what do you call it, it puts a battery in my back, you know what I'm
Okay,
saying, so
well,
to speak.
energize the
So
bunny.
yes, I was ready. I was like, all right, what's next? Because for me life is about evolving
Mm,
and always growing, and always, I I never feel like, I have attained all of my goals, and I've done every. I always feel like once a goal is met,
mm.
there's something else in the horizon. So I guess um, when I think about my last project, that's what comes to mind. Is that okay? I did that. Time to start on the new one. So.
Yeah, but being an independent artist, is it, how do you then gauge? I mean, it's almost as if you're putting out music for us to celebrate. I don't know financially how well these albums do. And when you're talking about streams, even if you had 1 million streams, it could almost amount to $100. So it's not as about the streams. What is it
Truly.
about when you put out the music? Um, is the satisfaction that people listen and appreciate it, or is it, do you want it to have reached a certain number of people before you feel as if, okay, that was good? Or how do you gauge when you put out stuff whether it's done what you want it to do?
For me, I being a singer and being in this business is like sort of like being in a relationship. Um, and I know right off, if you're not in love with this, if this isn't your passion, if this isn't
Mm,
something that you enjoy, then and you're just here to make the money, because it's not that kind of career. Um, what does gratify me and what makes me feel um like I'm going in the right direction, or what makes me feel like, happy, like I can't think of any words right now. I'm so sorry. What makes me feel, I guess, gratified in this is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it is my passion and I do love it.
Mhm.
And I don't, if I could still live and, pay my bills and everything and sing for free, I would. So that's how I know that I'm where I need to be. But also, there is the business side, and I like that as well. Yes, obviously, or not obviously, but yes, you don't make a lot of money just putting out the music. It's a business, like any other business.
Mm,
Um, your money may come from performances, endorsements,
okay.
like athletes and things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that too, is sort of like making the music and then going, would this work with this, or
Yeah.
and gaining the popularity so that companies are reaching out to you
Okay.
to endorse their products, or things like that. So, but my personal thing is that I do this because I know how music has affected me,
Mm,
and I want to have that same kind of effect on somebody else. I want to pass the torch, so to speak, and give those same kind of feelings to somebody else, because you know, where would I be without Prince or all these amazing artists that have got me through the good times, the bad times, every time? It's the soundtrack to my life.
mm.
So I want to be that for somebody else, so that, all of those things encompass the reason that I'm sitting here with you today.
Did you have a preference recording, writing and recording new music or performing it live? If you had a preference between the two, because that's we
Hmm. I honestly, I like it all. I really do. I mean, I guess the live performance is a lot funner
Mhm.
than the being in a studio and having to create. Um, I'm a creative and artistic person, so
Mhm.
I can find that in both in the performing and in the creating the music. And sometimes they both aren't fun. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have your
Mm.
days where you're like, I don't want to do none of that, but you have to get things done. That's life. But I guess what your question is like, if I had to make a choice, it would be live performing because I love interacting with people. I love to see the response right there in real time to the
Mm.
music that they're listening to. And I enjoy it. I guess I'm a bit of a show off.
I mean, with that said, then the Sunrose, where is that, and what do you plan to do on the 22nd of March?
Well, it's in Hollywood.
Okay.
It's a really it's an up and coming, or if not very uh famous kind of place. I know every time I turn around, it's somebody amazing performing there. So I'm just so happy that they're allowing me to come and perform my music there as well because a lot of really great people. I saw Mickey Howard there maybe a couple weeks ago. I
Wow.
saw Chloe from Chloe and Halle. Yeah, no, excuse me. I saw Halle from Chloe and Halle there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, I've seen Alex Isley, just everybody that I love,
Wow.
has been there. So I feel extra special that
Wow.
I'm gonna have the opportunity to do the same.
So what are you expecting to perform? Is it some of your old stuff, some of the stuff you're working on now? What's on what could be on the playlist for those who are gonna
It's gonna be a little bit of old stuff, a little bit of new stuff, and a few covers. Um, I'm working on a one woman show right now about growing up as my mother's daughter. So, just sort of when the hits were coming out, what was going on in my life, just
Oh,
a little more of a personal look into the music and what was going on around. Um, so it's going to be a little bit of that.
okay.
Um, we're just going to try to squeeze everything into 1 hour, and I think it's going to be good.
So are we at the point where it isn't a bad thing being Chaka Khan's daughter? I mean, not when I say a bad thing, if career-wise, to say, you know what, I'm going to embrace my heritage like Prince, even though we got Harry over there saying I don't like the royal family, but then he secretly says, yes, I am the son of the prince of the king, and uses that to get doors open. I mean, it's an amazing heritage that you have, but I know you're your own independent. You created your own lane, but I wonder is it beneficial sometimes to tap into? I'm the daughter of a rock and roll Hall of Famer, one of the greatest, one of the greatest artists ever to female artists ever.
Um, I mean, it is something that I have surrendered to. There was a time that I was like, don't mention that, don't say that, da, 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 da. But you know, thus thus far in my career, I I'm not pushing it away as much.
Mm,
I'm embracing it more. And I think that my story, integrated with her story, is a really interesting story. And I feel like it is something that a lot of people can relate to.
Mm,
So because it's so relatable and because it's so interesting, um, I think, that it should be told. And it should be told with music.
mm.
And yeah, that's how I feel about it. I mean, it's not absolutely, I have my own career and I have my own voice and my own music, and that's going to be a part of it as well. But if you can't beat them, join them.
But if you think about it, you are, especially being in Hollywood, there are so many kids who are parents are famous and they wanted to do their own thing. I mean, there is Madison Keys. Is it Madison? I can't remember her name now. Her parents own the Buffalo Bills, so they're billionaires, but she's a tennis player. She just won the Australian Open. And
Oh
if,
wow.
yeah, I can't find her name. Her mum had a stroke, and her mum was running the Buffalo Bills. She had a stroke a year or two ago. But her parents are billionaires, but she's still ranked in the top 10 of women's tennis. Just won the majors. And so it is something that, yes, she has that as a story, but she's forged her own career. And I think what you're saying is about doing at the i.khan story, you know, and maybe when your mum had I'm Every Woman, maybe you were saying, yes, I was just born when and singing the song and telling us about, when mum was touring the world, actually, what life was like. Then you can probably have some of your songs and say, actually, when I wrote what can I do? It reminded me of when my mom did this song, and actually, this is some of the stories behind that. And so, in a way, you're mirroring the two, and actually, people are then appreciating. And then, plus, they could, if they didn't see you act it, they know that you can sing, and as well. So, I think that would be an awesome thing for people to watch and feel. For others who live in the shadows of their famous parents, whether entertainment or in business, they can feel like actually we're not the only ones. And we don't, yeah, we know that, yeah, lots of kids struggle to come out of the shadows of their parents, and being able to represent that is such an amazing thing. But not only that, for those of us who have people know people who are famous parents and feel as if, oh, your life is easy, being able to say actually it's not always the best, it's not always easy, and to find your own. So there's lots of inspiration in what you're going to do. So that would definitely be go down really well.
Absolutely. And they're also, like I said, very relatable situations and stories, between a mother and daughter. A lot of our stuff, I see happening with my friends and their mom, and so it's not all what is it? Champagne wishes and caviar dreams.
Yeah, yeah,
It's,
yeah.
some of it is real. So, and I like to tell those stories as well.
So how would you do you have a script ready? Not a script, but do you have a plan? Do you are you going to do any Pretty in Pink for people to remember that you
No,
you did
maybe
some New
not that
Jacks?
far back.
Oh, come on. You had a record deal, Motown, you did your New Jack Swing, Gene Griffin show. I mean, there's a story and a half there as well.
Absolutely.
How would you do it? I mean,
Absolutely.
so on the 22nd, when if I came down to the Sunrose, are you doing it with a band or is it backing tracks or what's
Yes.
which one? The
I'm going to
band?
be with live band.
Wow.
I haven't figured out how I'm going to split that part of the
Okay.
show up. What fraction of the show you're going to see the one woman show? I'm probably going to do a medley
Okay.
and a little um, a little bit of the scripted banter.
Okay.
Um, but I that show's probably going to be mainly about me. But
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I said,
yeah.
I'm going to open up the door just so people can see a little bit. And the next time it'll be about that. And they'll say,
Mm.
"Oh, I saw a little bit. I got to go down there and see that because that looks like it's going to be great." So
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to give some preview.
Okay. What about? you finished the old EP that you released a year ago. What's
Mhm.
I mean this single What Can I Do? Is this the lead singer of a new project or where does this
Yes, it is. Actually, I'm up in the air, to be honest with you. I have two new songs that I released this year, and I was thinking of re-releasing the project
Oh,
as a deluxe with a couple of new tracks on it, or
okay.
including it in the music that I'm doing.
Hmm.
So I don't know. That's a toss. That's a coin toss up. I gotta take a day and really make that decision. But yeah,
Is that edible? Is that one of the new ones?
no, it's Catch Me If You Can.
Okay.
Catch Me
Okay.
If You Can, and
What can I do?
What Can I Do?
Yeah, okay, that's catch me. I didn't really get
Yeah,
the
Edible was released, I believe, was it November of last year,
okay, okay,
something like that.
okay. I think one of the things I liked about What Can I Do is that it was a throwback to like a 90s track. And I actually liked after you finished singing, there was almost like a an extended instrumental, just play the track just playing on its own. And um and I felt actually, people don't do that. These days it's like we sing 2 minutes and that's it. And I really appreciate the fact that okay, I finished singing, but let's listen to the music as well and let's vibe to that. What was the reason that what was whose idea was that and the process of letting that sit in?
What can I do? You're speaking of,
Yeah,
right?
it's about what can I do?
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, the process. This is a moment of truth. I'm gonna come clean. um, that song is really old.
Okay.
That song was done probably in the 90s.
Okay, that's
And
fine.
I was playing it and I was like, this is amazing. And it's always in my show. And I always get the best response when I
Hmm.
play that song. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna release this because it's amazing. So there you have it. I that was and the influence, or I should say, yeah, the influence for that song was I just got through watching The Wiz.
Okay.
And you know that song when the Tin Man is in the big old carnival and he's singing, "What can I do? What can I do?
Okay, I haven't watched The Wiz. Yeah.
What can I do?" That was I heard that I was like, oh, I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs out of that movie. And so I was just like, you know what? When I got in there and I heard the track, I was like, okay, what can I do? I heard it.
Wow. But this was so you wrote this, some 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
a good song is a good song.
Yes.
You cannot deny that. And
Yeah.
so, I have loads of music that, may you may hear. Because
Okay.
to me, a good song is a good song. And all of this music, they're like my babies. So, I have a really dear affection to the
Yeah.
music.
Did you have to re-record it, or did you just keep the old one and just polish it up, or do you just this is it as it was recorded back then?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Did you have to re-record it? Did you have to remix it, or was this
Oh,
is just as it was?
no, I mastered it. It was too ready to go. So I was really blessed that back when I did it, I was going to release it.
Yeah.
A bunch of issues happened with money and business, and so it sat on a shelf for all this time. But it was
Mm.
mastered, it was mixed. So that was really a no-brainer. I was like, this is ready, as opposed to all the other music I have to get mastered, and so
Okay.
it was meant to be, I guess.
And I guess when it's mastered, not knowing the whole music process, that means you can't really change it. You can't. So the fact that it had the almost 60, 70 seconds extended instrumental, you couldn't decide, well, let me just cut it down and make it 3 minutes. Or do you just said, well, as it is, when it's mastered, that's pretty much it. You can't make any edits.
Um, you asked me about how long the song is?
Because at the end, after you finish the vocals, we get this sort of
Oh
an
yeah.
instrumental, yeah, which is really good, which is what stood out to me. Like, wow, look at it's just plain, which is very unusual because people, because of time and radio, it's like, oh yeah, we need to cut it down. I finished singing, let's end it. And I wondered when you were putting it out, did you think, oh, maybe I should cut that out and just make it shorter? Or were you just fine as it was and thought, you know what, this is, let me capture the moment of when it was initially recorded?
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, it was ready, so and every that part of the song is just as important as the chorus to
Yeah.
me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like too that back in the day, I think there was one song, one of my favorite LPs I had was Genius of Love. And that song, that single, I think it played for like 40 minutes, maybe an hour or something. But, back in the day, you got to really dance to this music because it gave you a chance.
Yeah.
Today, like you said, there's a certain time period,
Yeah. Two
just when you're
minutes and
getting
30
ready to
seconds.
dance,
Yeah.
it's like it's over.
Yeah.
So I felt like, this will set me apart. And this is also something that is, that I dig about music, or music that was older music, I should say, is that you had a chance to dance
Yeah.
and really and experience the track and experience the music. As today, it's, like you said, it's very regimented. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love the freedom of it.
I think, Mary J. Blige just released a new album that she called Gratitude. It came out, I think, in just in beginning of February. And if you listen, one of the things about the album, it was a very much a throwback to the 90s, the sampling, the production, and it felt as if she was like, her last album, she was trying to be what everyone else was doing, and this album was like, let me go back to how share my world type vibe, a family affair type vibe, and which really resonated. So it was a coincidence when I'm listening to What Can I Do, and I'm thinking, okay, is there a trend now to go back to the 90s to what people really appreciate? But now you've explained that no, it was recorded then. I kept it on the shelf and I'm releasing it now. But it feels like it has its space right now. Would we get a video for it, or how do you promote it, or what's the plan for the single?
Well, yes, I'm thinking of visuals for everything. I was honestly thinking of doing like a mini movie and sort of tying everything together so we can hit it all in one shot, because that might be my least favorite part of the job is having to
Uh,
create visuals. I
yeah,
mean, it's fun to get dressed up and to lip sync, but those things can be tedious and long. So it after 2 3 hours of it, you're like, okay, I'm ready to go home. I've had enough.
yeah,
But you got to get the right shot and the right, you got to change your clothes and you got to change your hair. And so but yes, I do plan on doing visuals for all my music. Like I said, I want to do something clever, something that again sets me apart.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know if anybody's done a movie with their whole LP or something, like a mini movie, so that they have videos for every song. But
So,
that's my idea.
so Mr. Dalvin of Jodeci, he came out with Egomaniac, and when did he come out with it? I think he came out with it in January, and I interviewed him, but he did a sort of a sort of it was a 45 minutes video, and it had each of the scenes were songs from the album, but maybe 70% of the song was in there to tell the story. So he came out with that. and it was really good to be able to watch him use the songs to tell the story for the whole scene, and I think it's a lost art. People are just putting out an album, a single, and then another single that has no connection. But I thought, well, financially, it was easier to just get the crew and do all at once. But then it meant it exposes all to the songs, and then it's like, oh, actually, let's buy the whole EP or the whole album actually, because we're seeing the videos and I want to hear the full songs. So that was something that he just recently did, and he's getting ready to release Egomaniac
Oh,
Part 2.
nice.
Yes,
Okay, so I'm not alone. I had a good idea.
but there are not many people that are
Somebody else
doing
did
it.
it.
Yeah, but there are not many people that are doing it, and that's the thing. And he's releasing music because he just loves creating and bringing it out there. And as you said, he's like yourself, loves the art form, loves the process, and if one goes viral, great. If not, I'm just gonna put out what I've created. And I think that's something that's rare as well. The fact that you are passionate about your art form and you just want people to see and hear, and is that something that's really going to be unique and stand you out? But do you have a time frame now? Because I know you've got your performance in March. Do you have a time frame as to when you might repackage and put out the deluxe album or
I want to do everything for the summer by the summer.
okay.
Um, maybe end of summer, so it'll be like, August. But definitely though that is my goal is within the next 4 to 6 months. I want to be done and be able to put out the project.
Ah, that seems like it seems like a lot of time, but when you are creating the visuals, I guess you can't rush that, right?
No, you cannot. And it's costly. That's the other part. So you've got to make the money, don't you? People need to get paid. So definitely I'm gonna have to, as it comes, make it happen. So
What would you say to any artist that is watching and they are, tr trying to make it? I think back in the day, people would try and get a record deal, but that's not as easy now. And the avenues to create and distribute your music is a lot more open. What would you say to somebody who's trying to start off based on your own experience?
my apologies. Um, I'm sorry. Okay. Um, what I would say, like I said in the beginning, this is I'm so sorry. My son is calling me. It's like mommy duty never stops. Um, what I would say is you have to be passionate about this. It is not going to work if you are getting into this for notoriety, to get chicks or dudes, and for money. It's not going to work. You're gonna it's not going to work. I feel like life is about frequencies and vibes and things that you attract. And I feel like, especially in this business, you have to attract the things that you want. And you cannot attract a good career if you're focused on the things, these tangible things, that yes, if you go work for the post office, definitely, maybe that kind of mindset will work there. But here it definitely won't work, or in this business it won't work. So that would be my first bit of advice. And then my second bit of advice would be to get a good attorney or somebody that knows how to read paperwork so that you don't get dogged out. Because as an artist, because you are creative, a lot of times, or I've seen it a million times, and I've been guilty of it myself, you neglect the business part. And
Mm.
that can really bite you in the bum. later on. So those would be my words of advice.
Yeah. I mean, right now, I mean, as I said, it's really hard for creators who are really passionate about the art to then put on their head and think business because back in the day, there was always somebody who was taking care of that. And but then you realize where's all my money gone because I was so much focused on the art. But when you're doing it yourself
Exactly.
now, you need to actually you know how to, the money is coming and going.
That's true. That's very true. You can absolutely get wrapped up in, like you said, the creative side, and you leave all of your business to somebody and you're trusting, but you can't trust in those kind of situations and scenarios. And maybe you can, but I would, for my own peace of mind, I would have to look over things, because I saw what happens when you trust blindly. Some people aren't good and some people will take your money and just because they know, oh, they're not paying attention. They don't know if I take this 10,000 over here, they're not going to pay any attention. They won't know any, but so you definitely, you'll be shuffling down the avenue in your bathrobe and grocery cart if you don't look over these things and make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, well, you signed with Gene Griffin, and he was he was the most one of the most notorious music execs that took
That
this.
that song was in so much litigation. You have no
Wow.
idea. It was so much court over that one song. I couldn't believe it. I was like, but he stole the song from somebody else. So,
Oh wow.
it was a lot of red tape we had to go through just to get that one song out there. And it was the most expensive song on the album. So
Wow.
it ate up a lot of our budget. So
Wow. Okay, I didn't realize that. I'd actually because that some most people who aren't in New Jack remember it the song "It's All About You" and "Pretty in Pink," but we didn't realize that the trout challenges that were happening behind the scenes as well. Yes. Do you have
definitely.
your own label?
I do.
Okay, what's it called?
It's called Con Artist Music.
Con
Con
Artist.
Artist Music.
Is it with a K or a C?
Okay.
Oh yeah, K
K H
con.
A
No,
N
not
A
like
R
con. Like
T.
I thought it was like a C-O-N con
No,
artist. I was thinking like, wow, okay,
no, no,
that's
no.
being a
It's
little harsh on
Con.
yourself.
K H
Okay.
A N. No.
Okay, I was thinking,
I
wow.
wouldn't I wouldn't ruin my life like that and put
Yeah, I
a
was
name
thinking,
on myself like
yeah, I was thinking, wow, that's a,
that.
I'm thinking like a con sort of convict, but like you're going a step further, calling yourself a con artist. Okay, con like a okay, like a shark. And is it so for that's a platform for you to release your own music now? Because I know before you were tied up with a different service. So this is a
Right.
new beginning for you.
Yes. Amen. It is. Absolutely. It's all new. But it's empowering and it's wonderful. I'm really enjoying the journey. So
Yeah. What's the difference being have set up your own label and putting your music out yourself compared to where you were before? What are some of the differences that you've seen?
just getting to know about the tedious things
Mm.
in terms of releases, album cover art,
Mm.
budgets,
Wow.
um, things that other people were doing and I was looking over versus me, doing it, foot to pavement, making it happen. So
Wow.
those are the things and like I said, it's very empowering. And it like you never in the beginning I was like wringing my hands like I can't do this, but look at us now. So it's been like I said, I'm enjoying the journey and um when I'm in a position to look over things again, I'll know what everybody's supposed to be doing and the business will be correct because
Wow.
I did it myself.
Wow. Would you have other artists, or are you just really going to solely focus on your own projects?
I do see myself eventually having other artists. Absolutely. That would be, I want to get my situation solid
Yeah, yeah.
so that I would be able to give some attention to other artists. I wouldn't want to sign somebody up just for them to sit on a shelf and not really do anything. So, like I said, when I get my thing solid, then I'm definitely looking for more talent.
Okay. Okay. And so the you said Catch Me If I Can. I just recently watched the movie, the Leonardo DiCaprio movie, Catch Me If You Can. So when I did see the single called Catch Me If I Can, I wondered what was the inspiration behind that.
Well, the song is the song is really like an empowering kind of song about respecting yourself, life lessons. So at the end of the chorus, I say, "Catch me if you can," but it's sort of like not like literally "catch me if you can," but it's like catch up, get on
Mm,
my page if you can, you know.
mm,
So it's that's what that was the thought behind the music is that I was singing about woman things. You know, my body is my temple.
mm,
All of these wonderful things. You know, about appreciating yourself, taking care of yourself. You know, making sure one door is closed before you open another.
mm.
All of these things, and at the end of that lesson, catch me if you can. Get on my page if you can.
Wow. You know, when you think about a lot of the modern female R&B artists that
And
come up,
Joy, are you familiar with Joy, the
JOI,
artist Joy?
well, she was,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes, yes.
she wrote that.
Oh, wow.
She wrote that song. So,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
Wow. Yes, I mean, for those who don't know, Joy briefly took over from Dawn Robinson when she joined Lucy Pearl, but she's a singer, songwriter, I think producer and stuff. Okay,
Yeah, she's super dope human being, super dope artist. She checks all the boxes
wow.
for me, anyway.
When did she write it for you?
We did this music. It was last year, maybe last
Oh,
year, the beginning of last year. We were working together. We did a few songs. So stay tuned.
okay, okay. Wow. It's yeah, definitely an inspirational one. Because I was saying that a lot of sadly, a lot of the female artists today, hip hop and R&B, it's a different type of lyric. It's very much of um, you know, yeah. You know, you're talking about empowerment. You're talking about look, I've got some standards. A lot of, unfortunately, some of the younger female R&B artists today are writing a very much a come over and sleep with me and all. It's almost like, wait a minute, you're lowering standards and everyone's singing about that, and it's like, wow, what has gone wrong? Why can't we have female empowerment? Why can't we have standards up there? Because that's the younger kids. We want the younger women to feel as if, no, I just don't. No, you have to come up to a level. Were you aware of the sort of what was happening out there and thinking about doing something different, or why did you go this?
Absolutely. Well, honestly, it was her, you know, she ran with it. But once I heard it, I was just like, hell yeah, you know? And um, for me, the reason that I sang it and the reason that I said, yes, this is something that I want to do is because, like you said, there's so many songs where it's just like breeding these little, you know, no self-esteem type of
Mm,
people into this earth. And I just feel like, yes, it's time to know that yeah, it's nice to have a relationship and it's nice to have a boyfriend and a husband, all these things, but make sure that your vessel is good first before
mm,
you start reaching out for other, outside people to validate you,
Yeah.
validate yourself,
Yeah.
and, be strong in that. And then everything else will work itself out. But, like you said, if you're just an open vessel, with your hand out looking for love, it's never going to work out for you. And I mean, and I'm not saying that as I'm somebody that's never been there, definitely been there,
Mm.
but I want to take my lessons and
Mm.
put them out to the world and to the community and let people know, hey, it doesn't have to be this way.
Yeah, as you said, good music will find its way. So, I mean, I appreciate the fact that you've gone down this road, singing about love. It's almost as if that so becomes almost old-fashioned that people don't want to sing about love and relationships. It's almost as if no, that's yes, but people still want that, and so it's good that you've gone down
Yes, they
that road.
do.
Yes, okay. So I think for everyone watching, if you're in the Los Angeles area, March 22nd, the sun rose in Los Angeles. We're gonna get i.khan's gonna have a band, and it's probably the birthing of her one woman show, where she will finally, well, not finally, but she'll embrace her heritage, and be able to combine that with her old music, with her new music. We may not see her doing the somersaults to "It's All About Me." It's all about you. We may not watch
I don't
this
know. You got me thinking. I might.
doing the Running Man
Just
and
a
stuff
little.
like that. Yeah, yeah. I wonder if people, because if you are, because there may be people, from the 90s that says, do you remember the group Pretty in Pink, and we were signed to G. Griffin, who had Teddy? Here's a track we did. You just did a little snippet of it and stuff like that. So it may be like, wow, I didn't realize. And then you just move on. Yeah. Would you spin it around?
I might have to do that.
Yeah.
Um, I might, maybe, like, who knows? I'm like I said, I'm getting it all together now.
Mm.
And but you came up with some good ideas. These are things that people would recognize.
Yeah, Babyface
Definitely.
does that in his shows. His shows that he just goes and starts. He stops singing. He'd stop playing his own material and sings. Um, "Don't Be Cruel," and he's singing every little step. He's doing "End of the Road." He's like,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah. He almost abandons his own
Wow, that sounds
catalog.
like a good show.
Yeah, he just sings with all the stuff he wrote and stuff, for others, because it's almost as if people maybe not bored of his own stuff, but he says, let me almost let you know what I've done, and so that's really fascinating, and people actually appreciate, like, oh, you did the Mac band Roses Are Red, and he's singing it and stuff like that. So hence there's scope to really have such an amazing show. I know, but also
Definitely.
I saw the clip. I posted it, and Mickey Howard really commented on it when you played your mom. Hey Shaka, how you? When I was like, wow, most people thought that was really your mom in it and stuff like that, and it was just like, wow, because I'd watched it a long time ago, but I actually didn't remember and stuff like that. So, are you think you may go back into the acting?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, I'm working on something currently, um, where I may be playing my mom again. So
Ooh.
yeah, everybody stay tuned to that as well.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Okay. For those who want to keep in touch and follow you just to be able to know what's going on, where can they reach out and keep in track of what you have going on?
Definitely all the social medias, and on everything I am the i.khan official. The i.khan official on Instagram, the i.khan official fan page on Facebook. Um, what else am I? Ugh.
Do you use
Um,
TikTok or
and
in
oh yeah, i.khan on TikTok, just i.khan on TikTok. That's about it.
Okay. And so right
Sorry,
now
I'm
you
getting it all
can,
together. I'm getting my website
yeah,
together.
it is not easy. She's an actress, she's a
Yes,
singer songwriter, now record label executive, trying to wear all those hats. It is not easy at all.
no,
And
it's
being a
not.
creator and stuff, but I'm really proud of the fact that you are going to have a show out in LA, and then and it hopefully gets recorded, and you can just build upon that and just really, really just showcase vocally. Most people probably would not have realized that you did support your mom during the verses with Stephanie Mills, and realize that actually you can really you can really sing, and so that would be great just for people to see more of you live and stuff.
Amen. Thank you.
It's okay. Well, I do appreciate it. It
I'm
was great.
ready.
Yes, no, yeah, we can't wait. And hopefully, as I said, if you do come out with a mini movie on this new project, we'll definitely be great to get you back, and then we can really try and push and promote it. And then we probably may do something live so that people could ask questions as you're premiering the mini movie and stuff. But that's if you decide to go down that route after the summer.
Well, that sounds like a plan. That's a great idea. You keep them coming, man. You got some. You get. I'm gonna write this down as soon as we get off of here,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
cut you your 10% because you got some good ideas. Absolutely, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I love music, but I do love people who are passionate about music, and I love the fact that you said, "Look, this is your passion first, and if it goes viral and makes money, great. If not, I'll still release it." And that's really says something about your appreciation for the art form, and that is what will
Absolutely.
resonate. Plus, the music is really good, and as I mentioned when I heard it, and I told Jay, "Wow, I actually like this. Can I get to speak to it again?" That's because I listened to it, and I was like, "Wow." And look at the long instruments at the end. So please, if you guys haven't listened to What Can I Do, you just be surprised at the fact that actually it has the instruments at the bend, and it just feels as if it's like, this is a nice track. We're just gonna play it out. And I'm really captivated by that. And Catch Me If You Can is also a nice little vibe as well.
Thank
So
you.
yes, so I really appreciate you for taking time this evening to chat, and I will be keeping in touch and following what's going on.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. So we will see.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. You're busy. You're a busy woman. You've worn so many hats, so that's fine.
I truly am.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate we had the chance, and I'll keep keeping in touch as well.
Thank you. Don't forget, if you're in LA, come and see me March 22nd at the Sunrose Room.
Yes. Hopefully you will. For those of us who are international can't get there afterwards, hopefully we'll get to see some clips. But I'm sure people who are in the area will make sure they come down.
Okay.
Okay, you're a wanted woman, so I'll let you go.
Oh my God. This is crazy.
No, it's fine. All right. Okay, well, I'll let you go, and we'll keep in touch.
All right.
All right.
Definitely.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind of.
And somewhere in between
us for even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
With Peter I'm sure. But what was it like growing up?
she's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No. Okay.
They understand what Joseph Boys and Winnie all
Play it.
These guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all different genres.